Breaststroke, we're taking a look at Hudson over here in lane 4. I'm going to play the whole race straight through, and then we'll take a look at it on a piece by piece after we watched it uninterrupted. Alright, so real quick before we look at the race itself, let's take a look at the splits here. So your final time is 1:11. That's right at the fastest you've been this season by 50, or out 33.6, and then back 37.5. I would say that second, let's see, 36. I would say that second 50 could be a little bit faster. I think taking out 33.6 is fine. That taking out 33.6 is also kind of promising for your, if you swim breaststroke on the medley relay. I think that you being able to take out 133.6 bodes well for what you're going to be able to do in a 50 breaststroke there on that relay. Let's go back now and take a look at the dive and the rest of the race. So on the start, here you've taken your mark, and your back is very flat, your legs aren't straight, so what you want to do is have your hips higher than your head. So right now you need to straighten out your leg. It would help to have this back foot up on the wedge. So instead of having your toes on the flat part and your heel on the wedge, move that foot up so the ball of your foot is like right in the middle of the wedge. Alright, so that will help get your hips higher, put you in a better position to start. You could also relax the head. You see here you're looking straight down at the water. Relax the neck. Right now you have some tension in the back of the neck, kind of upper shoulder area. Relax the head so you'll be looking here towards the wedge. Alright, buzzer goes off. You do a nice job of reacting with your legs and your arms first. You use the arms to kind of push that block back, which is great. But the way you recover your arms is not great. So once you've done that with the arms, with the block, you want to recover quickly underneath it, maybe coming up towards your head, kind of with a bent arm. But here you do a full-on swing out to the side, almost like it's a butterfly stroke, and it's really just not the greatest way to recover your arms. And not to mention any type of momentum that creates is I guess it's throwing you kind of out forward a little bit, but it's really not what we're looking for. Hands get in line, head's in a good position, and right as you are hitting the water, you see your legs start to bend just a bit. So you want to create a little bit of flexion in your legs as they're hitting the water together. Keep them nice and straight. On the pullout here, pretty good distance on the pullout. It's about halfway across. I'm going to take a look at the stroke a little bit more on the way back where we get a better angle of it. Kind of a long turn, but nice and low. Alright, so there's a lot of head movement in your breaststroke. I mean, there's a visible, you're looking up and then dunking your head underwater. I think that you get in a nice line, like right about here. Like this is a good position with your head and upper body. And I mean, really from here, like this whole section is in a nice position there. But your arms, you're diving down, and so now you submerge yourself here as opposed to really riding the top of the water. We want to be in that good streamlined line as close to the surface as we can be. So instead of thinking about diving down, thinking about rolling those hips and staying right on top of the water. Let's get past the flags here. And your line has to be a little bit better than this. Like this is a little bit lazy on the line. You see your arms aren't perfectly straight. It's not that your line has to be in streamline, but we got to really straighten it out here and fix that. Another thing with your stroke is look how low you're coming on the pull part. Your elbows are here, probably right in line with your belly button. Really dropping the arms down. Luckily, you have a good kind of push forward with the arms and you have a strong kick behind you. But what we need to do is think about that sweeping motion being more in front of your head, right under your head, as opposed to coming all the way down that low on your body. Just take a look at the final turn here. So the last thing I'll say about this swim is the tempo is a little bit slower than I'd like to see for a 100 breaststroke. I mean, it's only probably the last 12 and a half and really these last 5 meters that you start to increase the tempo just because you're trying to get to the wall, you're trying to race this guy, which is all good. But we need to increase the tempo just a hair for a 100 breaststroke. So if we increase the tempo, fix the sweeping motion of our arms, make sure we're getting a nice tight line and a few things here and there, we're in a good place with the breaststroke.